Okay, so far we know what attacks can happen, where they can comes in, what are the common attacks. Now, what can we do? We know these things, how we can protect our system. So initially we discussed that the network cannot be 100% secured. However, we can protect it. We can minimize the attacks. So what can we do as a network security or network cybersecurity engineer? What is our job? What can we do? So first of all, we can have a NAT or PAT as well, which we know is security, provide security. DMZ, we can create a DMZ, okay, a separate zone, not the internal network, but a separate zone inside your network. We can also use IDS, IPS, which are whatever the vulnerability you have, it actually detect those vulnerability and take an action. If somebody try to exploit those vulnerability, it can block them. Okay. Content filtering, NAC. So we know that the NAC is actually making sure. Anybody knows about NAC? Network access control something. I think network access control. Have you heard about this? No. So NAC is a program, or it's a device, or you can think about it's a process where before user access the data, access the information, they need to have some certain criteria. So for example, I have this laptop and I have installed a remote VPN to access my office network. I'm working from home. Let's say this is a Friday, I'm working from home. So before I access to the system, remote system, my machine will be verified by the NAC system. Before they will check the authentication, username, password, everything, but they will not allow until I meet the first certain criteria. For example, is my patches are updated? Is it Windows operating system? Is it part of the Active Directory? Okay, is it have the particular antivirus system installed? Particular antivirus signature installed? List goes on and on and on. Even it can check the MAC address as well. All right. If somebody, let's say, steal my username and password for remote VPN, even he can install on his system, right? The same program he installed it, username and password, he still may not be able to access because his machine has to be registered on the Active Directory as well. He should have the maybe particular certificate installed as well nowadays. What is certificate? We'll discuss in detail. But certificate is like authentication program. So basically, NAC device making sure not only check the username and password, but a certain criteria. This criteria can be type of machine. Maybe it's a Mac. Is it computer? Maybe the computer they have only policy to only allow the Windows operating system, and that window may be Windows 10, not Windows 7, not Windows XP. Okay. And that window, they might have a registry key as well. In Windows, normally they have a registry, I think maybe you know. So Windows registry which control the overall operating system, okay? It just have that registry key as well. Antivirus, okay? Particular antivirus. So many criteria they have set, okay? Or maybe in some computer you go, some offices you go, when you connect the cable, maybe the internet is not working or computer network is not working because that machine need to be authenticated by their system. It doesn't mean you just plug the computer, and because anybody can go, bad guys go into any office, you plug the computer. If you don't have secured your network, okay. Firewall proxy system, which is the main program which we'll be doing. So firewall we can also install. We'll go one by one all of those. AAA, we can enable authentication, authorization, and accounting. Authentication means who the guy is, what he can do, and what he has done. Three things: who you are, what can you do, and once you finish your session, what have you done? Accounting. Which system he has access, how long he has access. Remember I give you the example of guy? This is part of the AAA. Policy procedures standards are important nowadays, especially. That's why they have a separate cyber security team, information security guys. Those are just writing those policy. this is how our system or network access should be working. GDPR experts are separate, privacy laws are separate, compliance are there. So these are all come under the procedure and guidance. Training and awareness is continuously. You need to make sure that users are aware. Maybe if they just got an email from outsider, they just do not click or they do not download something like that. So this is the kind of information you need to give the user. Okay, awareness and training. And that's it. So this is the part we have covered about the